Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Imperfect Marketing. I am your host, Kendra Corman. Are your emails feeling like they're a little bit flat? That has been a complaint that I've gotten from numerous people. They always want them jazzed up, right? They want them to look like they do on their desktop. But we're optimizing here for both desktop and mobile. So, how do we do that in the right way? Well, one of the things that I have found is interactive elements that work well. So I want you to think about an email that says, "Hey, come play with me, be part of the story, engage with me." That's what we're going for, right? Now, my favorite interactive email is the Daily Carnage. It is an email that is so engaging. I sometimes forget that I'm learning stuff. It is a fun game to play with when they have their quizzes, and it's great to respond to their polls and things like that. So by joining in on their marketing fund, you can even snag some swag. I've got a referral link for you because sharing is caring in the show notes. So be sure to check that out. But I am recommending it really just because it's that good. So I want you to grab some digital confetti. I feel like I need my Canva confetti because we're about to throw a party in your inbox, and it's all about maximizing engagement with interactive emails. So I want you to think about your emails as having things that your audience wants to click on, not something that they have to clear out of, right? So let's click start and get going. So let's rewind. Email used to be, and sometimes the most effective email still is, those old school letters. They're flat, monochrome, and a one-way street. But then interactive emails started to gain in popularity. Now, when I say interactive, I'm not saying click here to register, like a button that clicks through to a website. I'm talking about emails that work a little bit more like an app. They invite you to swipe, tap, take polls, you name it. They are a digital playground. Now, static emails are like those old flip phones, right? Reliable, a tad boring. They can be very interesting. And to be honest with you, some of the most effective newsletters are boring. They just flat are, right? And that's okay. And if your audience is engaged by your content that makes it not boring, awesome. More power to you. Now, the interactive emails, they're a little bit more like smartphones. They're sleek, multifunctional, and frankly, just a lot more fun. They're not just fun and games though, right? There's some serious business value for this. Going interactive can skyrocket your engagement rates because people like to touch, they like to vote, they like to give their opinion and interact. It's just our nature as humans. And let's face it, a delighted customer is just one click away from becoming a loyal customer. So, what's the bottom line here? Interactive emails can really step up the quality of what you're doing. It can change your email into an experience and a conversation. So, let's talk a little bit about what's in these emails. So, couple things. I want you to picture this. You open an email and there it is. There's a carousel showcasing products just begging for you to swipe, right? Or maybe you hover over a section and whoosh, it reveals more information like a magic trick right there in your inbox. Quizzes, they're not just for classrooms anymore. They're right in your email, offering a fun challenge and learning preferences all in one go. Polls are probably my favorite because they still keep things separate or simple and easy to use, but you can cast your vote on different things, or you can say what you remember something to be if it's a trivia question. There's also videos that can play right inside the email, keeping you glued to the screen. What it is it's technology that's inviting you in, asking for your interaction. Some of this tech, it's probably out of your budget, and that's okay. All right. Don't stress out. But again, the reason I'm covering this topic is because I want you thinking about interactivity. I want you thinking about engagement, not just opens or sending or growing your list, right? We want engagement. Now, I hear you asking, Kendra, with all these beautifully crafted interactive emails work in everyone's inbox? Yeah, no, it won't. Not all email clients are created equal. Some might not support every flashy element. Some might not support next to any of the elements. That's why it's really crucial to understand your audience's most common email clients that they're using and really what they like to interact with. So you need to have fallback options. The technology is a lot more complex with some of these options. It's a lot easier with like a poll or a quiz um, to get that going. If your main feature is a hover effect, you got to make sure that there's a clickable option for people that don't support hovering, which on mobile, there's really no hovering. But again, it's like when you plan a party and with all of the different dietary restrictions, you got to make sure there's something for everybody to eat there, right? And when it comes to design, simple, functional, beautiful, that's all you need. Clean lines, lots of white space, legible fonts. You want to make sure that these don't just dazzle, but deliver a seamless user experience. Remember, the goal is to enhance engagement, not overwhelm your user. Basically, again, this can get complex. There are a lot of options. What I want you to do is to not go out and start designing HTML code and things like that for your next email newsletter. But I want you to think about, how can I make this more interactive? Is there a poll? Is there something that I can drive people to that will get them to engage with, take an action, take a click, and maybe make them smile a little bit that they had a voice in whatever it is that you're doing? So again, I want you to think about transforming your emails from simple communications to a captivating experience. All right. So again, it's not about throwing every shiny object into your emails. It's about strategic integration. Okay. I want you to do that. You need to gauge the right interactivity for your audience. Not all subscribers are going to geek out on a high-tech email. That's okay. And that might not be your style. It's not my style. But I want you to understand, again, their tech comfort, their device usage. If they're mobile savvy millennials who'd enjoy a swipeable image gallery, then you really need to think about how to integrate that into your email. But again, if it's more traditional users that appreciate simpler, less flashy interactions, your content should reflect this diversity. So again, if your goal is brand awareness, a video that shares your brand story could be a showstopper. If it's feedback, do a quick poll asking for opinions. Each element that you put into your email should have a clear purpose that feeds into your overall objectives. And then you want to measure this, right? You want to see the interaction going up, because it's not about open rates, as we've discussed. I want you to look at those engagement metrics like clicks, especially on those interactive elements, completion rate for quizzes, interaction times with videos. This is going to give you a clearer picture on how engaging and effective your interactive elements truly are. So as you craft your strategy, I want you to remember that the level of interactivity should match your audience's preferences, support your campaign goals, and be measurable in terms of engagement and conversion impact. That is what's going to make sure that your emails are not just fun, but fundamentally effective. So again, be sure to check the show notes. Check out the Daily Carnage email. It is a super fun email that I get all of the time and read most every day. And I do a lot of their trivias and polls and things like that, just to share my insights and my information and to test my marketing knowledge. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear about it.